Hello and welcome to the final of the privacy compliance implementation how-to videos, as well as the final ClickAll Plus video. This video is going to be focusing on how we can interpret and understand the results of a ClickAll Plus audit. I recommend watching the previous ClickAll Plus videos to understand this one. There's a lot of context that you'll need to understand first. But with that said, let's dive in. So we have here our first ClickAll Plus scan. It has finished and it is providing a bunch of data for us to interpret. Now, the intent of this scan and what it has successfully done is it has clicked on all of the headers, CTAs, and footers on about 200 pages. Now, you'll notice the reporting is saying we scanned 2,000 pages. That is because every click counts as a page scanned. And in our reporting, we'll go to the pages report to understand that a bit more. You'll see that there are URLs that may or may not have query parameters. They are just the URLs that are found on the site. And then there are URLs that have query parameters starting with OP ClickAll data, and then followed by other query parameters. These are not true unique pages. These are indicating, it's for the sake of reporting, indicating a click. And so as an example, we do some things to make this a little bit easier to digest. So we can click on any of these. And in the screenshot that we normally provide, we're actually going to highlight the element that was clicked on for this quote unquote page. So in this case, we were clicking on the discovery footer link, and it's highlighted in yellow. And that's actually something that happens automatically if you've applied the script correctly, without any manipulation of the script. At least for the highlighting. This isn't terribly essential to know, but to understand a bit more from the query parameters what's going on here, you can refer to one of the query parameters, which is the targeted elements type. And you can see that this is one of our footers, which we configured in the last video. We wanted it to click on footers, so we know that this is a footer click. That's really what this page is representing, is a footer click. And we know that it's the discovery footer in the bottom of the page. So we can go to the tags report. We can see the tags, and we can say with confidence that these tags were deployed as a result of that click. Likewise, we can go to the cookies report and say these cookies were deployed as a result of this single click. So that answers the question of how do we interpret the results from a page it's really not a page, from I guess you could say a single click level of reporting. Now, in aggregate, the reports are going to be the same as you've used audits in the past, but the way that you maybe filter the data could be a little different. So because there are pages mixed in here that are not clicks, the assumption is that you have audits that are just doing that normally. It's easier to set up an audit without ClickAll Plus if you're just trying to scan pages. So if you're really here to find out what happens when these clicks are executed, we can apply a filter like the following. In fact, we can go to search by URL and just type in OP click. And that query parameter that has OP ClickAll data, you could type in that whole thing if you want, but this should do the trick. Now we are only seeing the 1,816 quote unquote pages that are really just individual clicks on your site. And then we can go to reports like the privacy cookies report, and we can see what cookies are showing up that may not be approved from those clicks. Likewise, we can go to the tags report and answer the same question. And then we can start filtering down and say, okay, I want to know which of these clicks is resulting in this unapproved tag or this unapproved cookie. And then you can export this data, or you can go individually to find out more about what the element was that was clicked on. Now, there is some other metadata that might be helpful in interpreting the results. For example, we, in one of the previous videos, recommended that you added a couple of objects to the data layer field. Now, if we go to variable inventory, we have these two quote unquote data layer objects. It's really, we're leveraging a part of the ObservePoint platform that's meant for the data layer, but is also usable for other objects to report on some returned data that was that should be output by the script. So we can go to interaction object, for example, and see what was the inner text of each element that we clicked on. And we could add filters for show me pages that returned audit your campaign pages for free. And we can see that one page. And then we can digest any of the information here. If we want to narrow down specific types of pages, that's what I'm modeling here, is how you might do that and use the variable inventory report as a means to that end. So all the other parts of ObservePoint will apply here. You can set up alerts for any of this. You can run this on a recurring basis so that you have continual monitoring of what happens when clicks, cookies and tags are deployed from clicks on your site. And ultimately, what we're trying to do is expand our coverage of our privacy compliance strategy and make sure that we have eyes on as much of our site as possible. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your ClickAll Plus scans.